Yeah, my sound sick, huh? There you go. What's the
What's
deal,
going
bro?
on, my guy?
How's it going, man?
Man, I'm doing good, man. How's it going with yourself?
Oh, man. I'm blessed. Every day above ground is a blessing, no matter what.
That's what's up, bro. I'm glad to hear that.
Yes, sir. So before we get into it, I'm going to give a quick summary of Fight Like Fit. Those people that's on your side that don't necessarily know what we stand for. So Fight Like Fit is basically a cancer awareness organization that was birthed out of the demise of my mother from cervical cancer. So Fight Like Fit is not only for cancer awareness, but it also empowers people to meet and overcome any and all afflictions. So we paying homage to the everyday person that we're all fighters in one way or another.
All right, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up.
Man, so let's get into it, Montel. So what inspired you to venture into the tech industry and create your own merchandise, especially coming from South Central Los Angeles?
For me, I would say, just being a creative, being an individual that wanted to, create things, or being an artist for that matter. Just being able to create your own ideas and being able to just put it out there. I've always had an interest in technology since I was a kid. Funny story, when I was a kid, my pops had bought us like a couple of PlayStations and they kept breaking. So he bought us one and then it broke. Then he bought us another one and that one broke. And he was nice enough to go for the third time. And when that third time happened, it was like like a that one ended up breaking too. But at the same time, he was like, "Man, that was it. Like, I'm not buying y'all no another one." By then, the PlayStation 2 had came out,
Right.
so we couldn't be in the house, man, and had nothing to do. Me, my brothers and sisters, we just like the PlayStation was everything. So, man, at that point, man, I just took a whack at it, man. When I was a kid, I might have been like maybe like 11, maybe somewhere up in there, 10, 12, somewhere up in there, and I was able to fix the PlayStation with one of my sister's barrettes. As crazy as that sounds, like with one of my sister's barrettes. And ever since then, man, my pops, like when I showed him what I did, he was like, "Man, like that's crazy." He went and showed my mom. My mom was like she wasn't over the top crazy impressed, but he was just like, "Man, this dude he like a prodigy or
Right,
something. How
right.
the hell he do that? Nobody else could figure that shit out." And then from there, man, I just, I think that just, kind of gave me that little spark. And I just, I just always had an interest in how things work, and that's from that story on, I just kept, learning and just having an interest in like, tech, engineering, like anything with computers was like my thing, man.
Right. Man, that's dope. Especially coming from the city, man, South Central. You don't hear too many stories like this. That's why it's important because it's not highlighted in our communities. They put a lot of emphasis on, you make it out either playing sports, football, basketball, or being a rapper or
I
hanging
mean,
out in the
yeah,
streets. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. I mean, I feel like you get that influence, man.
Right,
To add
right,
the South Central part, I just think that you can't really get out of LA without feeling that influence. You can't get out of LA without feeling that pull. I tell this to
right,
dudes all the time, like when they ask,
right.
why is it such a big deal growing up in LA? It's
Culture.
kind of like, bro, you know how hard it is to escape like that influence, that energy that get put on you.
Right,
Just being able to ignore that or avoid it for that matter. But I think it affects you no matter how you look at it. Like whether you the one being in gangs or you the one getting beat up by gangs.
right,
Like,
right, right,
it's gonna be one or the
right.
other. You're not gonna just, skate through. Nobody get out of LA without no scars. But that's what I like to say.
Man, that's facts. They always say if you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. I like to say if you make it in South Central, you can make it
I
anywhere.
mean, if they talking about the weather in New York, then okay,
Right, right, right,
but
right. You feel
but
me?
that's to me, like, I don't know, man. I just think there's there's a lot of pitfalls
Right.
out here, especially, for the youngins. I mean, everyone knows about the 80s,
Right.
and stuff like
Right.
that. So I
Right.
think that's something that people forget about, like
Right.
we always had that influence, and it's difficult to escape that for sure.
No, that's facts. That's facts. So, as a student, how do you balance your academic responsibilities with the demands of running your own tech merchandise business?
I mean, as a student, I don't really feel like school, the way I'm doing school is like I have complete control.
Right.
So it's not much of a burden as it used to be. Like
Right.
when I was younger, you go into school, you have to juggle, I guess just trying to get acclimated to, being a young adult and going to school or whatever, other little endeavors you might have. But now it's just like, man, you're a little bit more organized,
Right.
like it's like, oh yeah, I set this time aside for school, and then the rest is like, the business side of things, which I'm still learning with that too. Like that's not something that's easy for me to just say, oh man, I get it. Like there's so much things I don't know about, the business side of things, especially from a legal standpoint.
Right.
Like that's something that's big that I think a lot of people don't pay attention
Right.
to.
Right. That's facts. That's facts. I gotta bring it back to why it's so important that you tell this story right here, simply for the youth, bro. Because a lot of youngsters, from the inner city, is not exposed to tech, and the opportunities. Because right now, they said in the near future, AI is going to take over 40% of the job market. So the game is about to change,
Well,
and
yeah.
I think this right here is important. Your story is important. So this brings me into my next question. In what way do you think your background from South Central LA has influenced your approach to entrepreneurship in the tech sector?
Oh, oh man, I would honestly say that's being gritty. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like you coming out of LA, you gotta make it work.
Right.
There's no real helping hand in that sense. And you often don't get that support.
Right.
You don't get it might not be your closest and friends or family that's helping you, achieve your goal because they don't really have that
Right.
vision, and that's the difficult part. You got a vision that nobody else can see.
Mm-hmm.
I like that quote that Nip said in one of his songs, man. That was something that was like really influential to me. He said, I had a vision that nobody else could
Yeah.
see. Sold my shit to D-Mac a little less than
Right.
10 G's. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
And that was like that mentality is something that really you gonna get that if you really got that determination to kind of do what you set out to do. And I think LA that kind of fosters that environment. Like, bro, I'm gonna get mine one way or another,
Right.
and that I think a lot of dudes come out of LA, they really on that far left side when it come to that,
Mm-hmm.
and it work out for some, but then a lot of other dudes that get caught up in it and it don't work out for them,
Right.
So yeah.
Right. No, that's
And
facts.
as far as tech goes, I mean, tech is vast, man. A lot of people, they think of tech and they just think computers. You got
Right.
hardware,
Right.
you have you have, I mean, what we see in a lot of days with modern things like social media and stuff like that. You have
Right.
so many different avenues
Name a
that
few.
fall
Name
into tech.
them. Drop. Drop.
Well, for
Drop
me,
the name.
like I'm right now, I'm in hardware, but my schooling is more IT.
Okay.
So IT is like what we're talking about in terms of um, communication, like,
Mm-hmm.
which is a big thing.
Right.
Being able to communicate. Without communication, we don't have no way of getting the information across.
Right.
So that's a big avenue that I think a lot of people could look into in terms of the youth if they're not interested in programming,
Mm-hmm.
which that wasn't my thing either. Like I tried programming, it was just like, oh, it's cool, but computers don't talk back. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like, so you sitting
Right.
there and you typing lines of code, and it's probably not your it's probably not as fun as you think it's going to be. But you can make good money, but at the same time, it's probably not going to be as interesting as you thought it was. But a lot of people find that out with a lot of jobs. They go into certain industries and they realize like, damn, like I can make money, but then when you get in the industry, you like, I don't like doing this. I see that a lot with nursing. I see a lot of
Right.
people that go into nursing, they
Right.
start nursing, they get into nursing, and they get out of there and they like, man, I'm still 10-hour shifts. I'm still on my feet all day. And it's just like,
Right.
are you doing it because you like doing this, or are you
Right.
doing this because,
Right.
you know, um the money aspect of it. So yeah, that's something to look into or pay attention to.
That's what's up. So what I gather from that is this is something you're passionate about.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
I know when the passion ain't there, you burn out.
Yeah, when the passion ain't there, bro, it's easy to lose confidence in what you're doing,
Right.
and not having a genuine desire for what you're doing goes along, you know, that's detrimental.
Right.
That's how I would look at it.
Right. No,
Um,
that's right.
with me in my projects that I've worked on, I like there's been highs and lows, man. It was just like I want to quit.
Right.
I put it on the shelf, then I come back to it when I'm feeling
Right.
inspired again. And
Right. Right.
that's how it usually works for I think a lot of people, a lot of artists that they're looking for that support. You're probably not gonna get that. It's just you and your idea, you and your vision.
That's facts. That's facts. God gave it to you, not everybody else.
Right.
That part right there, man. So look, I mean, you kind of did touch on this, but I'm gonna segue into the next question anyway. Can you share some of the challenges you faced as a tech entrepreneur and how you overcame them while establishing your presence in the industry?
Oh man, on this journey, brother, it's been it's been a lot of lows, man. A
Right.
lot of lows. I wouldn't even say it's been so much highs. I think I'm starting to kind of get to that point now where I can
Right.
see the highs, or a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
But for me, man, when I first started one of my first projects in tech, man, I got beat out my money pretty much. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I was really looking into programs. Like they have these programs called incubator programs, and you go and you pitch your idea, and if they like what you're doing, they'll give you funding, they'll provide you resources and all of those things. But a lot of times you'll go to those places and they're not going to even let you in. It's like red tape with that. It's just like anything else.
Right.
There's barriers to entry. So
Right.
um, the first time I did that, it was just like the dude. Um, One of the guys I was working with, he had his own everything, his own setup, his prototyping, rapid prototyping, and all that. But he was charging me crazy amounts of money, like
Right.
just to do basic shit. And
Yeah.
yeah, man, it hit my pockets a lot, and I didn't really get the outcome that I wanted. And so that was a deterrent. You know what
Right.
I mean? That was just like most people would have took that as a sign, like, oh man, quit there.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean? And then fast forward, I want to say a couple years later, I got independent, got my bread up a little bit, and then I was able to invest a little bit more into the project.
Right.
And from there, I invested into this guy who was helping me with the project. Well, I invested into some money into the project, and the guy was able to right around the pandemic. The pandemic hit right when I went to go pick the project up or whatever, and I never got it. And he had some of my equipment. I had gave him equipment and everything. I've never seen a dude again, and none of that shit, man. I even pulled up on him, and like the location is still there, but
Right.
he's never there. It's like the dude was
Wow.
dodging me. Now it'd have been crazy if I'd have got real
Right.
ignorant and just went and just kicked the door in and just like, hey
Right.
man, can I get my shit
Right.
back at
Right.
least? Like you can have the money,
Right.
just give me my
Right.
equipment back. And
Right.
yeah, and that's how that shit went, man. It was crazy, man. So it's been a lot of I guess that's my little testimony on that, man. Like it hasn't been peaches trying to get the project to work. And that's a deterrent, man, because again, you don't have no support. Like when it's all you just got an idea, and people like, man, you really think this shit gonna work? And
Right. Right.
you feel like, yeah, bro, yeah, I'm with it, I'm committed.
Right.
So
Because they
yeah,
don't see themselves doing it, so they try to put what they view about themselves off on you.
I mean, it take a lot of confidence, bro. If I'm
Yeah.
being honest, it
Right.
takes a lot of confidence to be able to say, "Hey, man, this is what I want to put out for for the people, or put out for somebody to acknowledge, for that matter." And as an artist or as a creator, you have to kind of get out of that mindset of like you doing it for other people. You know, um, you got to be satisfied with the outcome. That's pretty much what it comes down to. I think what I got that notion from. I think that was Rick Rubin. Like he said that the artwork is successful once you put it out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that was something that kind of stuck with me too.
Yeah,
So
because
yeah,
you got to be dealing with whatever comes with it. That's crazy because I had the same approach to boxing, bro. Because people look at me like I'm crazy when I say, you know what? I actually feel peaceful when I'm in the boxing
yeah,
ring. When I'm in the war, when it's fireworks, I feel peaceful. I feel comfortable. I feel very handsome when I'm fighting. I really like it. It's something that I'm really passionate about. So when people ask me those same questions, I'm like, so what's your reason for doing this? I need to know your intent because if it ain't no passion there or a certain level of commitment you're gonna give to this, you're gonna burn out. So
exactly.
it can't be for selfish reasons. Like, oh, I'm trying to get my hands up because I want to punch on this person, or I'm trying to do that. Like, that's out. That's
Hey,
out.
I got a newfound appreciation for boxing. I remember that time I went to the gym with you at the time, and I left there bleeding. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, for me, looking at boxing, it's the same way, bro. You're not doing it for the wrong reasons, bro. You got to have a mindset,
Mm-hmm.
going in. That's a mentality, and I don't think you can really teach
Right.
that. Be developed, but I don't feel like you can teach it. It kind of got to already be there
Right.
because,
Right.
sport like that'll get beat out of you real
Right.
quick, man. Like, I
That's facts.
beat up. If you ain't got that
Yeah.
heart, it's not gonna work out.
Got to, bro. That heart and that will, because it's very lonely. I always say it's the loneliest hustle. Because when you win, everybody celebrates with you. But
Right.
when you get your ass whooped, you all by yourself.
Hey, I just seen a little meme, bro, on I think I might have been on YouTube, and the dude was like it was a picture, and it was a dude that was like, when you're in the process, he's sitting in a stadium by himself, an entire
Yeah.
stadium, and it was like, you successful. It had another picture, and the stadium was full.
Uh,
You know what I mean? And that spoke volumes to me when I was sitting there looking at it. Like, man, that's deep, because that's how it is. Like,
yeah.
you you on an island when you in the midst of trying to get some shit done, but then now that you done built the yacht. You know what I mean? Now everybody want to get on the boat. And
Right.
it's crazy how that works out.
Yeah, no, that's facts, bro. That's facts. So I got one more question for you. Then we
For
can
sure.
wrap it up. So, what advice do you have for any aspiring entrepreneurs, particularly those from inner city communities, like where you come from, who's looking to get into the tech industry?
I mean, I would say, put it out there, man.
Right,
That's what I would say. Whatever your idea is, share it. Of course, I think it starts off with the people close to you.
right,
You know, and a lot of times, again, they might not be your biggest supporters.
uh,
You know, if you're really passionate about what you're doing, and it's like, I guess, one of those aha moments, like where you feel like God gave you that idea. I feel like you should act, man, and continue to push it. Like, I see so many artists and creators nowadays, in all different areas, not just tech. Like, they just put some shit out there and it just took off. And I just be sitting there like, wow. Because at first, for me, I had that doubt. Like, you gonna go with that doubt, like, oh man, like, you gonna go through
right,
that doubt where you thinking this shit not gonna pan out for you, and then you just keep chugging along. That's what I would say.
right.
you know I think that's why I kind of like that the whole marathon mentality. With Nick, like, bro, like, you gonna really have a situations where it might not look like you're gonna get the outcome you want. You just got to keep going. And I think that it'll pay off for you. If you sincere in your endeavor, and you have that desire to really succeed in what you're doing, you're not gonna quit. You know,
Man,
like,
man,
for the love of the game.
man, that's facts. That's facts. I can't wait to take this video and chop it up and tag you in it because I seen your merchandise. Everybody don't know yet, but when it blow up, remember I had your first interview on social media.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, it's still right here, man. Let me show it to him, man. It's still doing its thing, bro.
Yeah,
So,
that shit
you
is,
know,
man.
um,
Yeah, that's hard right there.
for the people that don't know, like, that was an opportunity I got. to kind of present that to bro
Yeah,
in
that's
the
dope.
complex con.
Yeah, Fight Like Fit got that first. We got that first. So when people start getting that shit customized and all that, we gonna go back to this video. You know I'm gonna run it
Oh
up.
man, hey, for sure, for sure,
I'm gonna
for
chop it,
sure.
screw it, I'm gonna remix it. And you already know. I'm like, look,
Right.
look, bro, making all that money now. Look, I got the first interview. Look, check.
Hey man, I mean, God willing, bro, that's the goal for
Oh,
sure,
it's coming, bro. You
for
know,
sure.
you gotta speak what you seek till you see what you
Hey
said.
man, and I believe that. I think it works out that way because that was just a thought before, and I didn't know how I was gonna make that work. And then next, I opportunity. As they say, as Nip would say, preparation met opportunity,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
uh, that shit just kind of happened that way. And so I was really excited that it turned out that way. It took a while, but I got there for sure.
right. All them experiences you've been through, your South Central education, that grit and that thick skin you developed over time, man. God was prepping you for this, bro.
Hey man, bruh, you have no clue.
Yeah, I believe it, bro. Cause I'm telling you, bro. Like I've been on like highs where like I get up early in the morning, sometimes before the sun come up and go running. It just be me by
Yeah,
myself. And I remember when I made my professional debut, because when when you're an amateur, you're not getting paid, and it's good for the experience because I got to fight all around the state of California. But I remember making my professional debut, and I won. Now, mind you, bro, I only made 3,500 for that fight, but for some reason, everybody thought I was rich because I won my pro debut by knockout, bro. And I'm like, and it was killing me because I was like, did nobody give a fuck beforehand, you know?
that's when those situations like how dudes saying the song, man, they wasn't what you shooting in the gym.
Right,
It's like that, but everybody wants to be on that part where I knew you could do it type of thing.
right, right. But you wasn't with me going through the process.
Right.
It's crazy. And then when you lose, you solo. And I'm talking about that's from the lower ranks to the pinnacle. Look at Deontay Wilder, right? When he first took his L to Tyson Fury, right?
Right.
Now this man has a 96% knockout ratio. Everybody's fought, he's knocked out. This
Wow.
dude lose. This dude loses one time. Oh, he can't fight. Oh, cancel him. You ain't black no more.
I mean, I think that comes with
Of
the territory, bro.
course, of
You know,
course, of course. But I
nobody.
said,
Yeah.
but I said that to say you gotta have that thick skin.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, you not everybody's not gonna
Right,
like you. Like everybody's not gonna look at what I created and think that it was something, noteworthy.
right,
You know, and to the people that it does appeal to,
right,
you know, that's what's great. But at the same time, you can't really let the validation or the attention from others really dictate how you gonna move along in your life anyway.
facts.
You know, people gonna look at it and be like, man, damn, like that's dope, and other people will be like, it's whatever. And I've received those reviews,
Facts.
bro. I've definitely got that energy from people. But,
Facts.
at the end of the day, I didn't make it for them. Like for me,
Facts.
looking at that, that was just more of a tribute, you know, to me, from what I gained from what he gave to everyone
Facts.
else. And that was something that I wanted to share, my way of giving back in that sense, bro, just from like an artistic
Facts.
perspective, artist perspective, and being a creator, like that was important to me
And,
because I definitely was inspired for sure. And for me, I look at that and it's symbolic. It was like Nip turned on the light.
right.
So that, you feel me?
Hit that switch. Man,
Feel me?
and keep it real though. With being a creator, you respect transparency because I know I love transparency, bro. Whether it be positive or negative, I like to know where people stand because I'm a heckler. You know, you ever see me at any fight or any event, no matter what it is, bro, I'm a heckler. And
I mean, like again, like that. I mean, like that. That's a part of the game, though. I don't think that you really can escape that. I think that that's.
you can't. But it's people that think otherwise, bro. You'd be surprised. Like people on high levels that can't take criticism.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's why they have like media, what they call that when a lot of these people get
Yeah,
famous, you
PR.
know, they have PR,
Yeah,
you know, that media, you know, they tell people how to, you know, how to handle themselves with the public and how to handle themselves on TV. And then you have people when they go on them shows, they don't, they get hit over the head real fast with a quick question, or they ask them something that they know is going to trigger them, and
right.
before you know it, you know, they going ham.
Yeah,
It's just like, oh, see it on their face. You can see it like in body language,
yeah,
and now
yeah.
you're getting exploited.
That part.
You know,
Man, bro. Man, I appreciate you sharing time and space, bro.
man, I
Uh,
appreciate you having me on.
man, can you let everybody know? Because I'm gonna repost this, so let everybody know when you actually drop it and what's the release date.
Well, right now with this project, man, y'all gotta go flood the marathon clothing, bro. Go holler at Big Bro and tell him, you know,
Yes,
y'all want those. I wouldn't even put that out with bro, you know, without bro you know, endorsing that, you know,
right,
not
right,
on clout chasing and none of that, bro. Like he, you know,
right,
he put his stamp on it, you know, like that would be fantastic,
right.
bro. So I got another project that I'll be showcasing pretty soon that again it's probably not going to be for everybody, but it's just me, you know, putting out my ideas. So it'll be probably sometime next month for
Okay,
sure.
okay, for sure. Then we have to do this again, bro. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a 1 minute teaser of this, and then the following week I'm gonna post a full interview. So again, bro, I appreciate you sharing time and space with me and putting that message out there, and hopefully we'll reach and inspire more of the youth, bro, especially from where we come from.
Easy call, bro. I appreciate you.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.